I said this, at 170, there's nothing he can do that's going to be better than what he already done. He doesn't have the time. You know, he's defended that belt many times, the winning streak, that's never going to be again. So for him, the only way to do something great to add to his legacy is to get that double champ status. So I was surprised, but it made sense, and I was really excited to be able to face a legend like Kamaru Usman.
And then obviously there's been a lot of talk about Strickland and Chimaev at the top of the weight class potentially rematching. What's your opinion on that potentially? I
mean, there's only one opinion that there should be. Between the two of them, they have an amazing 0 title defenses. So how do you warrant a rematch? In that case, I have 2, so give me a rematch then. I have 2 wins over the current champion. And, it makes 0 sense.
Just the opportunity. I like to joke and say I'm a Moneyweight fighter now. So, hey, if it's up at welterweight, I'll do it. If it's up at middleweight, I'll do it. Shit, if it's up at light heavyweight, I might do it.
I don't believe a victory alone can be enough. I think my resume, definitely, but I don't believe that just a victory over Usman necessarily gives me that direct title shot. The same for him. But the performance, going out there and putting up a performance that eliminates any doubt that I'm the best in the world, that's what's going to guarantee me another shot at that title.
After this fight, you got to pick one person who could be next. Prates, Machado Gary, or Islam?
After this fight, who's next for me?
Yeah, pick one. That was what the fan question was.
Sean Strickland. I mean, that makes sense. That's pretty easy. Cool. It's either Sean Strickland or Islam, if Islam is still the champion, which I assume he will be.
Fair. Do you think a double champ for you would make you a top 5 fighter all time? This one says, I'm from South Africa. I really want to start MMA, but my parents won't allow me to do MMA. Do you have any advice on what I should do to convince them, and which base of mixed martial arts I should start with?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're going to show them a decent fight, like a proper, show them me and Khamzat Chimaev. They'll let you fight immediately. That's boring as hell. People think that, like, even Taekwondo is more violent than that. People will go straight. Oh, no, these parents will be like, oh, this is nothing. Let him fight. Yeah, let them watch the Khamzat fight. If they don't fall asleep, then he's not allowed. But, no.
Kamaru was just in here, and I asked him about you saying how, it made sense for you to fight a wrestler because it didn't make sense for you to fight somebody that would be a striker, so you can prove you can beat a wrestler. And he said he tried to not pay too much attention to comments and things he sees online, but he said that he saw a comment of your coach saying that he would be stupid to try and stand and strike with you. And then he kind of took a shot and he said, this is the same coach that said, Khamzat would be stupid to try and wrestle with Dricus. So what do you make of those kind of comments?
Yeah, I mean, what does he want my coach to say? Oh, no, we are so scared of your wrestling. Please don't. Please, should my coach act as if we are scared of his striking? What do you want us? What do you want to say? Yeah, sure. We lost the last fight. That's it. He is 3-1 in his last 4, so he can say a little bit less than me.
He calls himself a Moneyweight fighter. He said that
what?
A Moneyweight fighter. So basically he goes where the money goes?
I mean, I already kind of feel that in my head. I'd be, of course, as a athlete, a supreme athlete, like I think in my head, I think I already am. But, of course, that's the one club that I'm not in yet, and I would like to be in that club. I like being in all the clubs here. Except for, my brother Justin, who is, like I said, the most decorated UFC fighter we've ever had. He's in a different club that, most people can't get into. But if I get into this one, at least I can say, hey, I'm in that club and you're not in it.
So do you think he's fully committed to the division when you hear him say things like, I'm a Moneyweight fighter?
Yeah, I mean, you do you, man. Like, you say whatever you have to get that money, whatever. But let's be honest, he definitely was. He definitely was. But, and like I say, he is an incredible fighter, future Hall of Famer. He's done great things, but you call yourself right now a Moneyweight fighter just means, you've basically made peace with the fact that you will go wherever the money is, and you don't really have that goal set on being the best in the world anymore.
Last couple. Why do you think Nassourdine Imavov keeps getting bypassed for the title?
So Imamov, I have no idea. I have no intel. I have no inside intel. I just know how this machine works. Well, you never know how it works, but you can, being part of it. The UFC don't like it when, we've seen it even with guys, Merab and Aljamain, who refuses to fight each other. I understand that point, but the UFC wants the best guys to fight each other. And that makes sense too, from a business point of view. If everybody knows these are the two best guys they need to fight. So with Nassourdine Imavov saying, no, me and Khamzat are brothers, I'm not going to fight him. Because that was the fight that was supposed to happen. And he said, no, because we are brothers. They don't even train together, not even from the same country, not from the same gym. The UFC does not like that. So I do believe a big reason, and rightfully so. You can't go and, especially when you get that title shot, you're either taking it or not. Because the division needs to go on. Because right now, things are exciting. Things are exciting, and he's done the work. He can get that shot. Nobody would be angry, but, you can't, you don't dictate this. You don't dictate, especially when you get that title shot.
If Khamzat doesn't get the title shot.
I got one more for you, Kamaru. When you saw how easy Chimaev was able to control Dricus on the ground, did that give you confidence coming into this weekend?
No, I wouldn't say necessarily confidence. Like, that's the big thing. A lot of people are looking at this and going just, oh, yeah, you're a wrestler. You're just going to wrestle. No, there's a lot of things. When I watch fights, it's not just, oh, he exploited that. That's what I'm going to do too. It's different. Different styles make fights. Different fighters make fights. And the biggest thing that I don't think people really understand unless they're actually in there is it's the spiritual aspect of it too. You have to deal with his spirit. Yeah, just because Chimaev had success doing all that, that doesn't necessarily mean the next wrestler is going to have that level of success. It's how he deals with my spirit. Different. It might just be a striking matchup. I might just piece him up. Or I might take him down, or it might be something different. So, I respect his spirit. He fights hard. He's big. He's strong, and he's going to come into the fight. And whatever he gives me, that's the spiritual dance. Whatever he gives me, I'm going to take and try to exploit. So it's not just about the wrestling. It's just about being a complete fighter and being able to go out there and do what I do best, which is dominate.
Yeah, Kamaru. There's an old video out there of you and Islam. I think it was on Anatomy of a Fighter. And it was when you guys were just kind of talking to each other saying like, bro, we're going to be here one day and we're potentially going to, fill out this arena. What do you remember that moment?
Absolutely. I think I was champion. I was a welterweight champion, and Islam wasn't champion yet. And we were talking about it. But even at that time, I knew Islam had the potential to become a champion, a great champion once Khabib and everything kind of cleared up there at that division. But, Islam was a champion at that time, and me and Islam have always been great, cool, and friendly. And I'm like, hey, you're a big guy. I'm sizing him up. You're a big guy. He's like, yeah, if there's ever an opportunity, it'll be a blockbuster fight. Islam is the pound-for-pound number one right now. Have we ever had the pound-for-pound number one fight the former pound-for-pound number one? We never had that. And that's an opportunity I think the company missed before this. But it is what it is. Maybe that fight might materialize again.
I know you said you're kind of excited to not just go with the wrestling this week. You like mixing it up with guys. Dricus said he's looking forward to this fight because it wouldn't make sense for him to go out and get a win against just a pure striker after the way the Chimaev fight went. He said he likes the fact that the wrestling's going to be incorporated and potentially tested again. So what do you make of that statement?
I try not to let any of the stuff get to me. I don't try not to pay that much attention to it. But I also saw a clip of, I think it's his coach, saying that I would be stupid to stand with him. I would be stupid to do this. And this is the same coach that said that if Khamzat is just going to use the wrestling, Khamzat will be stupid to go in there and try that. So I try not to pay attention to any of that. I know what I put in, what I've put in for years and years and years. I trust my team, which is why I ride with my team. It's the same team over and over and over. They know me, and I'm just excited to go in there, let all the training, all the preparation take over, and just basically paint another masterpiece.